Hey, good morning. Thank you for tapping in for some real talk from the heart this morning. We are reading through the Bible twice in 2022, 7 chapters per day. We are on our first time through the Bible. We are in the New Testament. We are in the Gospel of Matthew, chapters 10 through 16 this morning. And our devotion this morning is from Matthew 16, verse 15. It's the instance where Jesus is with his disciples in Caesarea Philippi, and he asks them the question, what are people saying about me? Right? Who do people say that I am? Right? So the question is the identity, right, of Jesus. Who do people say that he is? And he asked the question here. I want to read it to you. It says, so when Jesus came into the region of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, saying, who do men say that I, the Son of Man, am? So they said, some say John the Baptist, some Elijah, and others Jeremiah or one of the prophets. And then Jesus got personal with his disciples and he said to them, but who do you say that I am? What is the conclusion that you've drawn about my identity? Jesus is asking them. And Simon Peter answered and said, you are the Messiah, you are the Christ, the Son of the living God. Verse 17, Jesus answered and said to him, blessed are you, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood has not revealed this to you. Someone didn't teach you this, Peter. He says, but my Father in heaven. My Father in heaven. John 6:44 says, no one can come to the Son unless the Father draws him. And so the conclusion that Peter drew about the identity of Jesus was not something that he conjured up in his own thoughts or that somebody taught him. It was what the Father divinely revealed to Peter. Now I want you to think about this today. The most important thing about you and me is what we have to say about Jesus. The most important conclusion that you and I will draw in life is the identity of Jesus. Who is he? Who is he to you? John 1:12, Jesus says, or the scriptures say about Jesus, it says there in John 1:12, and as many as received Jesus were given the right. That word right there is where we get our word authority. It's a power. We're given the right, the power, the authority. It says to be called, to be known as the children of God, to take up the identity of a child of God. And so we get our identity from who Jesus is, the Messiah, the Son of the living God. It says, as many as received him were given the right to become the children of God, as many as believed on his name and his person, on who he is. And so the conclusion that you and I draw about Jesus is very important. He's more than a man, more than a prophet. He is the Messiah. He is the Son, not a son. He is the Son of the living, not a living, but the living God. Jesus, Yeshua, right, whose name means Yahweh is salvation. And so he said to them, but who do you say that I am? Right? What's the conclusion you've drawn? Now, I want to finish with this. As I was meditating on this morning and thinking about, who do I say that Jesus is? There's another aspect of this I want to draw out. And the question is who does my life say that he is? You see, I can say that Jesus is Messiah, Lord, Savior. I can say that with my mouth. But what does my life say? Who does my life say that he is? That's what really matters. That's what really matters. And that is the evidence of a life that's been born again. Right? Jesus said, unless you are born again, you cannot see the kingdom of heaven. And so, man, I pray, God, help me. Help me to have a testimony and to testify, not just with my mouth, but with my life, that Yeshua is indeed the Son of the living God. He is the Messiah. He is the Messiah, not a Messiah. He's the Messiah. Beloved, I want to encourage you with that this morning, and I want you to ponder that same question, right? Who do you say Jesus is? And furthermore, who does your life say that Jesus is? I hope you and I will say, man, he's the one, right? As John sent his disciples and asked, are you the coming one, or do we look for another? Man, we ain't looking for anybody else, right? We already found him. The coming one has come. He's come. The first time he came as Savior. The next time he comes, he's going to come as Judge. And you can meet him today as Savior, or you can just put it off and say it's no big deal. You can be wrong about his identity, and you can meet him as your Judge. The decision's yours. God bless y'all, man. Love you. Praying for you. Hope you have a great Sunday. God bless y'all.